There. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I am so glad to see you here. We are going to talk about time management in this Facebook Live video. And if you're watching it on Facebook Live, then go ahead. And things have just changed on me, but I think you're still there. Okay, so if you're watching this on Facebook Live, go ahead and say hello. If you have any questions or comments, let me know what they are. If you're watching this on YouTube, same thing. And if this is the type of content you're looking for, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And you'll be sure to get more of it and get notification when I put more up. So talking about time management, what we will do now, we will look at the Eastern concepts and the traditional concepts. We will go from the theoretical to the practical so that you will end up with some practical applications. And this is not going to take us very long. You can tell me afterwards what you would like to have more of, what you would like to see developed more. But for now, that's where we'll go. And we're going to begin talking about the fact that attention is very important, where you put your attention, and this comes down to us from meditation, stressless wellness, comes down to us over the centuries. Where you put your attention is very important, and you may very well have heard of mindfulness, and I'll just touch briefly on that as well, because mindfulness and the Kabat-Zinn theory of mindfulness talks about paying attention to something or someone in the present, so that's another aspect of it. Doing it on purpose, that means intentionally, right? And doing it non-judgmentally. So not judging yourself for what you're doing, and if your attention wanders, which it does in meditation, just not judging, just bringing it back. So that's the whole concept of mindfulness, and attention is part of that. The important thing about paying attention is that it drives your energy. When you are trying to manage your time, the resource you really want to be able to manage is your energy. What happens in meditation and wellness concepts generally is once we begin to bring our awareness internally inside us, then we are increasing our awareness, increasing our consciousness levels. And awareness just very slightly precedes consciousness levels. And as we do that, think of it as being like climbing a tree. So you're standing at the bottom of the tree and then you start to go up. And as you go up that tree, you see more. You can look around and you get a greater perspective and you have more available to you on which to base decisions. You make better decisions when you do this, so you're not going to end up wasting time having to correct decisions that didn't quite work for you the way you thought they would earlier. So again, attention drives energy. Another way of putting that is energy follows attention. So bring your attention in order to manage your energy, in order to manage your time. So we're going to move from the theory and we're going to move to the practical applications, because how do you do that? Well, right now, while you're sitting here, just breathe with me. Inhale, breathe to your own rhythm, and exhale. Now, only do this if it's comfortable. If it's not comfortable for you, or you have any reason why you can't do this comfortably, then don't do it. Always check with your doctor. Make sure what you're doing is right for you. But again, if you can do this comfortably, inhaling and exhaling to your own rhythm. For some of you, if you're used to this, you will do this much more slowly than I am speaking. Inhale and exhale. And now, as you inhale, just become aware, take your attention to your nostrils. So your nose, the two nostrils in your nose. And just at the tip of your nose, where your nose divides into two nostrils, just become aware of the coolness of the air that you're inhaling. Be aware of that sensation of coolness, because what you're inhaling is, depending where you are, but in most cases, it's going to be cooler than the air in your body, right? So now, as you exhale, just become aware that the air you're exhaling is very slightly warmer. It's all relative, but generally speaking, coolness on inhalation, warmth on exhalation. If you focus 100% attention on those sensations of coolness and warmth, If it's 100% focus, there's no room for anything else. You've brought your attention inside. You are bringing your energy inside. You are using your breath as a mantra when you do this. And that's something you can do anywhere, anytime. So that is one way of doing this. Now, what I suggest when people, if you're just beginning and haven't meditated before, what's really important is to set a habit. Whether you do it, I mean, you've probably heard 20 minutes twice a day. You're not going to do that probably when you first begin. If it's 1 minute, if it's 2 minutes, if it's 5 minutes, okay, but daily. And that establishes the habit. And after that, then you'll see, you will realize some of the benefits. We've heard of the benefits intellectually, but you'll begin to feel the benefits. And that's what keeps you going. Now, when you are trying to do this, there are many ways of doing it. And moving to the practical, some of those online, certainly with computers, you can go online and find different ways, different planners, different ways of managing your time. And I have ways of doing that myself as well. I know that not everybody who I work with is as comfortable with computers as others are. And I also know that some people, and I'm one of them, way, way back, have had the computer just go poof in the night and just, turn into a pumpkin, if you're familiar with the Cinderella story. So suddenly it goes. By the way, I do back up my computers. Make sure you back up. Okay. But so online is not always the way people want to go. And I've had requests as to how to do it in a hard copy, printed copy. So that's where I'm going to go next. So a hard copy could be, well, for example, could be something like, one of these books that you see, different types. I don't know if you can see this. And then what you can see here is different places where you can write things. This is a week at a time. This whole thing is an annual planner, and you can write things in. So making sure you write in a little bit of meditation, self-care, the things that are really important. But when I would use if I would use something like this, I would put things down here that really had to be in, like a 4 o'clock video on a Tuesday would go right down here at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, because that's a non-negotiable. And then I would put a few things here. Not a lot, but a few. Not meaning they necessarily have to be done here. Some might, but here they are to move over here, so that what I'm doing is I'm planning, but I'm also aware of the energies that are surrounding my planning, whether those energies are within me or around in my surroundings, or if I'm picking them up on a Facebook Live or whatever. So I'm aware of those energies and of whether those energies are my energies or someone else's energies. And if it's the latter, I can let it go or transmute or whatever. That's beyond the scope of this Facebook Live. And then the same thing with this, I would turn over to the last 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the week. And I would have a little list here and just a tiny bit here, but there'd be some days when they would be totally free. And that gives me time, and I'm going to show you this on another calendar in a minute, but that gives me the time to respond to these energies that I am feeling. So planning ahead of time works really well in some cases, but you need to be flexible, I think. And I think sometimes when you plan too much, that it just doesn't work out. I have had people tell me that they have planned so much, they've got so much on the to-do list, and they just can't get to it all. So in fact, they don't do anything at all. Well, this is one way of working with that and working around that. So I think it works really well. Now, the other way I wanted to show you was this is a project calendar that I have. And actually, this is for July. I'm just going to turn this over because I got someone's name on that top list, and it's all confidential, of course. But you can see in the whole month of July, there's very little here for this project that I have got. Now, and mostly I've got it on the Mondays, meaning it should be done for this project during that week. So I'm not making my calendar so full that I can't get at it, or that I just feel that I can't use it, and it's just, not going to work for me. So I'm being very, very careful about that. So project calendars, in my case, you probably noticed that it is paper clipped together. This is a 4-month project. My projects are usually 4 months because I find that works for me. And then I can sort of interspace them with other things that I have in my life that go on for 4 months, other teachings that I do, academic teachings and whatnot. So there are a couple of ways of looking at how you can, in fact, manage your time, manage your energy, get that meditation going, get that focus on your breathing, get that focus on the coolness, the sensation of coolness as you inhale, and the sensation of warmth, relative warmth, as you exhale. So you develop that sensation. Do that for a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Do it every day to establish the habit. So I'm recapping now, okay, to establish the habit. And then as time goes on, you may find that you can add a minute here or there or whatever, and things can go further than that. And then when it comes to actually putting things down, whether it's an online calendar or a hard copy printed one, as I've shown you as well, either way, no matter what it is, don't get your calendar so jam-packed that you look at it and think, I'll never get all this done, because that's the law of attraction. We don't want to attract that kind of a statement, right? You want to look at it and say, yeah, let's go. Let's get going with this. So not so jam-packed. And again, one of the things that I do is divide the things that I need to do. Some people would call it a to-do list, to give them intensities of A, B, and C. So the A's on my list have to be done right away. They have to get done. Okay, they're like that 4 o'clock Facebook Live on a Tuesday. That's an A. Okay, it's non-negotiable, has to be done. The B's are things that'd be nice to get done, if I get to them, but if not, that's fine. They might go down the list to become C's, or they might pop up and become A's later on, but that's fine. And then the C's may drop off entirely or not. So these are the things, and the other thing to be aware of with all of this is procrastination. Now, I have videos on procrastination, and if you want to get access to those, just let me know. Procrastination in chakra speak, if you're thinking in terms of the energy of the chakra system, primarily resides in your third chakra. That's your solar plexus chakra. That's the one that's a yellow color. But again, all the chakras work together. But again, if you find procrastination is an issue for you, maybe doing some third chakra work might be helpful for you as well. There's a little bonus tip that I just threw into this Facebook Live. Okay, so I don't see any questions coming in. I'm really happy that you're here. Let me know if you have any questions. Do say hi, and let me know what parts of this, if any of these parts, that you would like me to elaborate on, because we can turn any of these into more detailed, longer, of course, but more detailed video and instructions or whatever. Okay, so again, say hello, and if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button if this is the kind of thing you're looking for, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye for now.